What's up, YouTube? Back again with another review. Night of Champions 2014. This was a pretty good Night of Champions. I actually enjoyed it a lot. I think this is actually my favorite Night of Champions. Like, through every match. I mean, they weren't overly long, and they also weren't like extremely short. The night started off with the tag team championships on the line. To be completely honest, a lot of times when a pay-per-view starts off with tag team action, you know the pay-per-view is going to be awesome. Not all the time, but most of the time, from what I've noticed. It was the Usos defending the tag team titles against Stardust and Goldust. This is the time that Cody Rhodes came up with that new gimmick, saying Goldust needed a new partner, and he kept finding people over the summer. And then he finally just came up with this whole gimmick of being called Stardust. Gimmick was cool in the beginning, but it's gotten really old now. The match was pretty good. There was one really great spot. One of the Usos and Stardust were both outside the ring, and the other Uso was gonna went for the outside dive, like where you go in between you're in the ring and you run and go through the middle and top rope and dive out and hit your opponent. Just like a second before that, Goldust went and hit the move that Kevin Owens does in the corner. He did it from the apron to the outside of the ring, and that was a really cool spot in the match. Goldust and Stardust ended up picking up the wins. It was a pretty good match. The next match, what was the next match? The next match was the United States Championship match. This match, indeed, probably the best match of the night, of this event. It was just back and forth beatdowns on each other with Sheamus and Cesaro. Sheamus was the U.S. champion. He was defending it against Cesaro. There's a really good spot where Sheamus is up on the top rope, and Cesaro hits him with the uppercut, and Sheamus just falls to the outside of the ring. One of the best spots in that match. Sheamus ended up getting the win, retaining the title. What was the next match? The next match was the Intercontinental Championship match. Dolph Ziggler defending against The Miz. This is back when The Miz had Damien Sandow as his stunt double. One of the worst things ever, in my opinion. And the fact that after everything, the fans wanting Sandow to break out on his own. I mean, really, WWE did nothing with it, and I think just about every fan has forgotten him. You'd ever hear a Sandow chant anymore on Raw or SmackDown or anything. I haven't even seen Sandow compete on Raw or SmackDown for ever since the end of the feud between him and Miz. And Dolph Ziggler had R-Truth being his stunt double just to mock The Miz. Really, the commentators weren't really into calling the match that much. They had Florida Georgia Line on commentary as well, so pretty much he was just talking about their upcoming album that was coming out and everything. Really not that great of a match. Dolph Ziggler retained the title. Next moment was, what was the next thing? I think the next thing was, Seth Rollins was supposed to have a match with Roman Reigns, but Roman Reigns, ended up having to have, hernia surgery the day before, so he wasn't able to make it to the pay-per-view, and he was out of action, and Seth Rollins was going on about how Roman Reigns wasn't man enough to face him, everything like that. And then he issues an open challenge. Dean Ambrose comes out to accept, and Seth Rollins just takes off running, and really the JBL being biased, saying he issued an open challenge to anybody, not Dean Ambrose, as if Dean Ambrose wasn't allowed to accept the challenge. You had Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury coming out with other security people and trying to stop Dean Ambrose. Like, it was like complete biased moment there. JBL was being biased, saying that Dean Ambrose should be locked up, stuff like that, saying he's crazy, everything else. The next match was the Rusev versus Mark Henry match. This match was okay. You know, they kind of had that whole build-up. This was back when Rusev was talking down about America. Really, the build-up for it made you think that Mark Henry was going to pull out the win, and I know I just gave away the results, but I think everybody knows it because John Cena was the one that ended Rusev's streak back at WrestleMania. But anyways, you had Lillian Garcia singing the national anthem, and it made you think, oh, hey, Henry's going to win, but it didn't happen. Rusev ended up getting the win. Mark Henry tapped out to the submission move that Rusev does. The accolade, even though it's just something else that's already had a name. The next match was Chris Jericho versus Randy Orton. This was a pretty good match. It was decent. Shoot, I don't even remember who got the win on this match. I want to say it was Chris Jericho, but I might be wrong. It was either Chris... I really don't remember who got the win. It was an okay match. Really, it was 17 minutes long. It wasn't... usually these guys have had pretty good matches in the past, but this was not one of them. I really wish I could remember who won. I want to say it was Chris Jericho. The next match was the Divas Championship match. It was Paige defending the title against AJ Lee and Nikki Bella, who just got put in the match because she helped Stephanie McMahon back at SummerSlam the month prior. And you had this small little interview with Brie saying that she wants AJ and Paige to beat her sister up. Really, that just seemed like a really dumb rivalry. I mean, you had and you had the whole Nikki Bella and Brie Bella on Jerry Springer show for Raw, like a week or two before this pay-per-view, and Nikki Bella's like telling Brie, I wish you died. But now, today, Bree is like all buddies with Nikki again. It's like really, really weird and stupid. Probably one of the dumbest feuds. Like WWE did not think that one through at all. AJ Lee ended up getting the win with the Black Widow submission, making Paige tap out. This was an okay Divas match. The next match was the main event, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match. Brock Lesnar defending against John Cena. The month before at SummerSlam, it was a one-sided match. Cena only had like 1 minute and 16 seconds of offense, and Brock Lesnar just dominated the rest of the match. The match went on for like 16 minutes, 5 seconds. So yeah, Brock delivered 16 suplexes. Just the most one-sided match anybody could ever see. This match was a little bit different. Cena got some good offense in this time. It was like it was pretty good. Brock Lesnar used the Kimura lock, which he didn't do at SummerSlam. Cena hit like 3 or 4 AAs. Hit the, puts Brock in the STF. And, when he hit the, last AA, and went for the pin, Seth Rollins, for some reason, well, he was the Money in the Bank winner at the time, attacked Cena, and then stood there, waited for a little bit, said he wanted to cash in, then went and hit the curb stomp before he did it, before he cashed in, then hit the, and he's like, I want to cash in, and then Cena comes and stops the cash in from happening. So, about the one thing I hate with stuff like that is that it's kind of stupid. Like, when someone says they want to cash in and somebody just interrupts it, it's like, oh, this is so stupid. Because, I mean, it's like, why not wait until the bell rings and then cost them the opportunity? Because, I mean, really, you're not doing anything but letting them keep their briefcase, their contract, and that's it. This was probably one of the great ones. I actually enjoyed this Night of Champions a lot. Probably one of my favorites. I'd give it about a 8 out of 10. Really, about the only bad match of the night was the Miz and Ziggler match. Like, that was just really dumb, and I think that's a part of the whole gimmick that Miz had last year. Other than that, this event was really great. I don't know if I'll do any more reviews, because so far I haven't gotten any views on these reviews. So, but comment, like, subscribe. Peace.